I'm thinking?
No.
What about now?
Chidera, what are you doing?
I'm trying to see if my thoughts can be passed to you because I'm bringing my foreheads close together.
That doesn't work in real life.
Yes, it does. That's exactly how your neurons communicate.
A neuron, which is just a fancy name for a nerve cell, has three parts: the dendrite, which receives stimuli, the cell body, also called the soma, and the axon, a really long tunnel that has things called axon terminals at its tips. The first part, the dendrite, is where it all begins. The dendrite receives a signal such as stopping your toe on a chair. Ouch. This signal is converted into an electrical signal called impulse or action potential. This impulse goes ahead to stimulate the neuron that has a resting potential. A resting potential, the neuron had positive sodium ions and negative chlorine ions on top, while having slightly negative potassium ions. Yes, you heard me right, slightly negative potassium ions. And you're probably wondering, potassium ions are negative. You're right, they aren't, unless you're talking about neurons. In a neuron, potassium ions are surrounded by negative proteins. These negative proteins give them an overall negative charge. Okay, let's go back. So these slightly negative potassium ion and positive sodium ions form an electrochemical gradient that controls the motion of things like sodium link channels that allow sodium ions into the neuron, and potassium link channels that allow potassium ions out of the neuron at a much slower rate, thereby restoring the cell back to resting potential. This motion of switching and replacement causes a sort of wave that carries the impulse and may apparently to the end of the axon terminal, where the magic really happens. At the axon terminal, these impulses are changed into chemical signals called neurotransmitters. The presence of these neurotransmitters causes an increase in calcium ion concentration. This increased concentration causes the vesicles which carry the neurotransmitters to fuse to the membranes and shoot the neurotransmitters
into outer space.
Okay, not into outer space, but into a very, very, very small space called the synapse between the presynaptic and the postsynaptic neuron. The neurotransmitters flow across the synapse and are converted into impulse as they stimulate the next neuron, continuing the chain that keeps you alive and protected. Simply can't be you without neural communication. As if that's not important enough, recent research in neural communication has led to the discovery and creation of many medications that have helped the life of millions.